December. Sunday, we mean business. If I say cover elections, a year amount now come at toyem. To say they catch one upano. Ye rally say we
last market.
Ye na. Ye two abandon ye French them na of a Norman and Winia, no problem. Ye two abandon French them na JB Winia, no problem. Nemum anya finchrim necessary Norman and winning near to Jim Norman sa at the JB dia there will be trouble.
Basis me because basis me.
Means me because means so
it's reminds me of Atabios. I will go about to na Tabu 2012. What's the Kojo says? Why has Bantima kept so long like that?
Where?
Bantima.
Sure. I want to marry
That's in Florida. Bantima kept so long like
2000. That. Yeah, must boom, say boom.
A child range is very full.
Bantima now can Upper East in 2000. Now we can 6 constituencies were Upper East boom and no move votes in do Bantima.
Can you imagine?
That's true. Correct.
What do you say? MP somebody 12,000 votes by Parliament.
12,000 votes.
And then polling stations in me and our Bantima constituency. Polling stations in me and because that time that Bantima a chance here a war.
Ishaeso.
Kwadaso.
And the
Bantima proper.
Yeah.
Now, kwasu ye bo ho kakra.
Yes. Na patasi ka ho.
Patasi ka ho.
Patasi Ishaeso.
Patasi Ishaeso.
Su ye bo aso she kwadaso.
Yes. Na Bantima ne Santasi na boshe.
Yeah. No Santasi ka Ishaeso ho.
It's on the boshe. On the next constituency.
Yeah.
And the boshe. Na on Achumampo no na boshe. Na wabasa no ne ebuakwa constituency be kwa Achumampo constituency aboshe. Na waba no ne asawase.
Yeah.
Abeboshe. That time na near New Fulcrum constituency.
Yes, na
asawase. Honorable Bafuboni. The soil scientist. Ono na ye member of parliament WOHO. Na aba bedru ewo. No ne nso aboshe. Na akọ ebe kosa na ni menhia. Aboshe ewo airport runabout. Ha! Na atwam sa na bedru Swami runabout. Na ne tafo that time na ka Swami ne ka ho wo an se benya tafo pakro no be du Swami na ne Swami so aboshe Bantima
asoda subi
awrade
wada ro subi
ye ke kambo musa won say phones calls ni su are you ready? Yes, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, are you ready? Young calls think go but one say Professor Mills percentage, yes. But anyway, that's the beauty of elections. I mean, Lucifer Fefena Quatrafi.
Yeah.
We're around Kamala Harris, US, or vice president, or Kofi.
Well, started practicing.
Sankami Biden Crank have been resigning, and I'm the president by 2 days.
Yeah, sure.
Danka, or they are going to see you so with the American president. But I let you know, the president 3 days ago, Hardway. Oh, America. But Norman, I mean, before you take leave of us, do we have actually an election security framework as a country?
We don't have a formal one, but the election task force, they are using a protocol, which comes close to it. Yes.
But would you suggest that?
It would be a good thing to have it, and to be known by all the security agencies, so that they know their role.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be raw with me. I want you to be plain raw.
I can be as raw as you.
What's it?
I can be as raw as you.
I know you can be. That's why I'm saying that. I want you to be raw. Why do you think that electoral violence perpetrators are always left off the hook? I want you to be raw.
The government in power actually is behind it. It always happens when a government is in power that doesn't want to go home and or wants to win to be able to have majority in parliament, as we saw in Iowa, And so when it happens like that, the government itself is actually the masterminder, the master puppeteer of the actions on the ground, the violence on the ground. You cannot blame it on anybody except the government in power. Why do you think Emil Short Commission, a very prominent, dignified lawyer, who actually sat on that commission at the expense of the government, the people of Ghana, they came out with a very fantastic, I would say that professional report. Why do you think the government had to come out with its own white paper? So that Emil Short didn't know what he was doing, the commission members didn't know what they were doing, because the government was behind. The people, the macho men who caused some violence in Kumasi, and they were taken to the court.
Court, yes.
And were they ever jailed?
No.
If you and I go to do violence today, you think we'll be...
I mean, to enter the court and pull a certain judge out of the court.
Out of the court, you think?
Hey, that's a big deal.
Yes. They probably hang us if they haven't abolished the death penalty. So it is the will of the government that these kinds of violence is government-sponsored violence.
Wow. Will it ever end?
If you have greedy people,
it will never end.
It will never end. People that have stolen a lot of money, they want to protect themselves from being discovered, it will never end.
Do we have to change any of the two leading political parties? Or do we have to send both of them to political relegation?
I don't have a problem with the two leading political parties as they are.
Okay.
In most countries, that is what it is. So what I have a problem with is wanting to stay in power forever, thinking you are some kind of a monarch, king, nana, or a prince, and that you own the country, and that your family members are the only ones that have a right to work, and the rest of the people cannot compete. And you just clear your family members. They are qualified. Upon what basis? Because they belong to your family. That is wrong. That's not democracy. That's identity politics.
Okay. I don't want you to go into who wins or who will lose. But tell me, how severe is the corruption of the Nana Addo administration? To the best of your knowledge, things you've read, things you've seen,
well,
and all that. How
there hasn't the special prosecutor hasn't come out with any finding. Yoko hasn't come out with any finding. Ghana police hasn't come out with any finding. So to the best of our knowledge, based upon the empirical evidence, Nana Addo's government is not corrupt at all.
Hey.
Until we wait for the evidence to emerge, and then we can conclude. Until then, we presume that everything is hunky-dory.
And where do you think this evidence would emerge?
It will come.
When?
If NDC wins because of the promises by ex-president John Mahama, he will prosecute and make sure that the evidence comes out and any money that is being stolen is retrieved. That is when the evidence will become available to you and I.
What would be your joy of an action by any president in this republic?
Stop the corruption, stop the stealing, because they are destroying the country. When you borrow so much billions of dollars and we don't see it on the ground, that means the money has evaporated into your bank account somewhere in the Cayman Island. They flew over, the dollars and the pounds flew in the air, in the private jets. They are gone.
When you meet your contemporaries, what things do you guys talk about?
I have lost a lot of faith in politicians.
Oh.
A lot of faith. That the moment I meet a politician, I put up some kind of a wall around me.
Okay.
I don't even listen to what they are saying anymore.
Oh.
No.
Wow. That bad?
That bad. Don't forget that I know quite a number of people who are also politicians. And I know where they were 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, and where they are today. How they became wealthy, houses in East Legon, West Legon, properties overseas. With government salaries, it's impossible to be able to do that if you don't have any investment outside of your salary. And they don't have any investment.
Do we need a constitutional reforms?
That will be very good. And President Mahama has promised us that if he wins power, this is one of the things he's going to do. Continue the constitutional reform initiated by President Mills. God bless his soul.
Wow. All right. Jimmy,
yes, so tomorrow, we have less than 10 hours to elections. You are witnessing so many pockets of issues in some constituencies and other stuff. What should we do, especially those of us who are going to vote, and those of us who are going to vote for the first time, with this level of intimidation and a very shaky security system? What do we do?
Let peace be your identity. If somebody slaps you on the right side, give him the left side.
Really?
Yes. Try and tolerate that for just tomorrow.
Interesting.
That's all I would say. Because if we all decide to go violent, there will be no peace in Ghana. Because we are all capable.
Well, it's hard to accept that though, but...
we are Christians and we are Muslims. Let it be. If they slap you on the right side,
the person
vote. Let him slap you on the left side again and continue voting.
And that person might also be a Christian as well, or a Muslim.
Yes, but this is what they've chosen to do. Your goal is to vote. So vote. Let nothing distract you from voting.
Well,
so go out there in your numbers, vote. Memo bia hunu obi antimi nyo bia hwe okrom ha. De bia me ka kire. So what you so be betuma ye obi bibi okrom ha memete ya. I mean can plane ko na koto waba. Bia ni asase so a obetimi aye ohwe. Woto aba no wi a men kofie.
Boweru ana hwa.
Boweru ana hwa no wo riao.
Boweru na fa hwa.
Bia wani ni ye wiao. Woto aba no wi a Yabema perimeter be and some meters away from the inner perimeter. Kowachika kra onaina. Kowachika kra onaina. Nejina homa yembo nunum. Soja ni biba wa jina ho din hwe no. Nemo mo ba na mo so mbe ya IGP say file phone.
The chat video
with the bar. IGP say 2,000 Ghana cedis. Memma obia hunahuna wa Ashanti region. Memma obia hunahuna o voter Greater Accra Eastern bebia o Ghana ha. Memma obia hunahuna pie na kwoto aba na ye ina na kom de ye. Ye ina na kom de ye. Because ye do bebia say ye kasa ya bobisia loans, ye raising bonds, bako ebe mature, be 2031, ye be shasi ye tuya.
Ye tuya shada.
Na sikana ye je ye no, ye hu sikana wo form hoa. Kwa bonten, ne kwa tuwa bano. Cost $13.2 billion. Say the project ebia ye $300 million kura ka $1 billion bia no anye kura no ye benya 3 projects ni ye $100 million e dey ato akire e dey your operational fund e dey manage those factories or those companies and $13.3 billion US. We can't account for these monies. These are just bonds. There are loans, there are grants, GOG revenue generated and all put together. To say Ghana yedeka 1.18 trillion. Ghana says this is how much we are owing as a country. 1.18 30.18 trillion. To say ya mete 30.8. 30.8 the more rent fee. Say one Eddie 1 year from a year to 17. Oto den no wetua den.
That's what they cut.
Ono oto den na wetua den. But say ya me no ka say. Say obanyem 2030 a. Chene so say wo ba na wo be wo no 2030 no. Wo ne wo ba no mo betua bond a ye raising last year ho ka. Enti ye nyina ye nko out in our numbers. Na ye nko to aba no. Sana me meka cho. Se na say na ye sit and count him say meka no. But ye sit nti me diga na mra no so. Ye na ye mpie na ye nko to aba no. Okwa $13.5 billion. We be say maybe a polling station ne wono. Aya show polling station na to aba. Maybe a polling station ne wono. Na wa wo hwese ho ne ye fa. Say $13.3 billion no. Then ye the year BB me polling station ha. This is how I say a year no so that the politician will respect us. Say woman who say you need be bank kakra. Nti omo so ye omo niam na ye nketenkete bi. Ba ye nim bie more. Na ye ntimi hwe mampani bi anim kan kire say wadi mfie nan. Ye ja kwan te say ye ja mahama kwan no. Ye ntimi hwe mpi before anim kan kire say wadi mfie nwotwe. Ba ye jam kwan. Look, ye do baby a sana sese ye yo oman no. Memo bia mfa tuo hunhuna o. Je, memo bia mfa kontiba hunhuna o. Se ye beto abachna na soja fokura na ya che wo mo ka package ran finfin ho a ehon na kire se Ghana for ye ne abre. Ya sonsu ya so ansa. Ye hudi mu duro. Akonoman, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You're looking sweet.
I'm trying to copy you.
Oh no.
Captain, you dress very well.
You sure?
Oh yes. Thank you very much.
All right. It's of a normal artist, ebo and komono